What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you are new, please consider subscribing, and if you enjoy the videos, hit that like button for me. Helps the algorithm, and we need all the help we can get. All right, guys, today we'll do my review of the Vosteed grind. Being completely honest, I wasn't a big fan of this knife when I got it. Couple of reasons, but I'll get into that later. I am now a big fan of this knife. It just took a little bit for me to get there. Had to do a couple things to it. Very easy things to do. And now I really like this knife. Clean all that crap off the blade. Alright, let's go over some specs here real quick. And then we will do a couple size comparisons. And tell you the good, the bad, and, the great, Alright, overall length 7.7 inches. Blade length's 3 1/4 inches. Blade thickness is 118 thousandths. It's 154 cm blade steel, one of my favorite steels. And they say the HRC 60 to 62. The weight is 3.68 ounces. Micarta scales, titanium or stainless steel liners and pocket clip. Pocket clip is reversible. It is left hand, right hand tip up only. This is a axis lock, and I don't know what they call their axis lock. I'll see if it says here. No, I don't know what they call it. Is that adjustable crossbar lock is what they call it. And it is adjustable, similar to, we'll go ahead and pull it out for a size comparison, the Drop Bear. The Drop Bear has 5 adjustments, right? You take the scales off, there's 5 holes in there to clip the Omega spring in to adjust the tension where you want it to be. This one only has 3, so it's not quite as adjustable as the Drop Bear, but yeah, it's good. It's good. We'll go ahead and leave that out there as a size comparison here. Pull out some others. Of course, we have to do a Benchmade bug out. Thickness wise, it's very close to, closer to the Drop Bear than the bug out. Definitely hand filling. What other axis locks we got out here at the moment? This isn't an axis lock, but it kind of works like one. The Spyderco Manix 2, a little bit shorter than the Manix 2. We have the TRM Shadow here, about identical in length to the Shadow. Here's the Real Steel Sakura, quite a bit shorter than the Sakura, or longer than the Sakura. Sakura's shorter. How about the Tuya Big Belly? Big belly with the tip heavy big belly. Just a hair longer than a big belly. All right, let's go into a couple of our regulars that are not axis locks. We'll do the Penguin. We always do a Penguin. QSP Penguin. And we'll do the Paras. Here's the Para Military 2. Oh, I got another axis lock first. I forgot one. Here's the CMB Bay Knives Predator V2. A little bit shorter than the Predator, probably 1/4 inch shorter. Thickness wise, about the same. Of course, this is a taller handle, taller blade. All right, and let's go ahead and do the Para 3, because most people have a Para 2 or a Para 3 or both. So it's kind of right in between, lengthwise, right in the middle of the Para Military 2 and the Para 3. Good size knife. When I first got this knife, I did not like it. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The springs were pretty tight, pretty stiff. And first change I had to make was put it on the weakest setting. And now it's great. Let me zoom you guys back out here a little bit. Now it's great. It's very comfortable. I like it a lot. Also, with this knife, this micarta is not the best micarta. It's more of the resiny filling micarta. And where the frag was done down here at the bottom on the scales, when I was pulling this thing into my hand, it was just poking my hand. It's very uncomfortable. So I took some sandpaper, some 100 grit sandpaper, and just knocked those edges down a little bit. When I took the knife apart to adjust the springs, I just sanded those corners down. Just literally took 5 seconds on each side, and now that it's no longer a problem at all. If you have a small size hand, you're not going to like this knife. I have a medium size hand, and the reasoning is it's, for me, I can barely reach these tabs and keep the butt of the knife in my palm. Honestly, I don't really need to do that now with the weaker springs, so maybe you will like it if you got a smaller hand. For me, a judge of a good axis lock, you can you don't need to pull both tabs. You can pull either side back and it'll work just fine, right? You don't have to grab both sides of it. You shouldn't have to. Like here, the soccer is like that, man. It doesn't matter which side you pull back. That blade's going to drop. You just pull back one side, you're good to go. You can do that with this knife now that it has the weaker springs in it. I have no problems doing that. Before, with the way it comes in the box, I did have problems with it. Now there are different variations of this knife. Obviously there's different colors. There's black and there's green micarta. And I think both have frag and both just have just smooth micarta. But there's also a couple different grind options. You can get just a Scandi grind, or you can get it with a Scandi grind with a micro bevel. I got the Scandi grind with the micro bevel, and this thing is sharp, man. This thing comes extremely sharp out of the box, very sharp. I have not sharpened it yet. I haven't had to, but I have been cutting with it. I've actually scratched it up already a couple places. Not too bad though. I don't know if that's going to show up on camera. It's a good scratch right up here. Yeah, but this is going to be a user knife for me, so I will link this knife in the description below. By the way, I am now an affiliate with Vosteed, so if you buy it from them, I would greatly appreciate it if you use my affiliate link. Yeah, ergos, really good. Fantastic, actually. It feels very good in hand. You can choke up a little bit here, but you don't really have a finger choil there. But yeah, feels extremely good in hand. Once I knocked down the corners of that micarta, of course that didn't affect the grip, that just affected the action, right? And that's where I felt it in. But that was a very simple fix. And I think most people, I mean, if you got a large size hand, you may be okay with the springs the way it comes, or an extra large. But if you got a medium or small, it made it pretty stiff, and with how close I am to just barely being able to grab that, yeah. So if you got a large or extra large hand, you may not need to adjust the spring tension, but you probably will have to rough this up. But even with roughing it up, you can't even tell I did it, right? Just had these little sharp edge corners where they did for the pocket clip there, and like right here on the frag pattern. Both sides, and yep, simple fix, no big deal. And if you get the one that's not frag, that may not be an issue for you. So, but yeah, I highly recommend this knife now. These knives are $75 for a 154 cm knife with a really good axis lock. Yeah, really good. And the other cool thing is, with axis locks, they will break in over time. The springs will get weaker. And now I have mine on the weakest setting, so as those springs get weaker, I can just move it up a hole, and those springs will last longer. You can shake it out now if I really shake it on the weaker setting. I mean, I'm really got to shake it though. If I just, yeah, got to shake it hard to where on that medium setting that it comes in, it did not come out that easy. I could still force it out if I shook it as hard as I could, but this does make the blade come out easier. But I mean, it's taking a lot. Nothing you do is going to make this blade come open in your pocket on the weaker setting. See, but I can really make it come out if I want to. But that's not nothing you're going to do with this knife in your pocket will make that blade fly out, even on the weaker setting. So yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. I love axis locks, and yeah, good knife, especially for the money. Good size knife, good looking knife in my opinion. Good ergos. Action is great once you adjust the springs, but again, that's just a personal perspective there. This is not like that Best Tech Man Ronin, right? That was so tight, and you couldn't adjust it. This was just the distance. Again, if you have a small size hand, I don't think you'll like this knife. You're going to struggle to get to these tabs. I'll give you an example. Here, this is a big knife, right? The CMB made Predator. These tabs are more forward than that, right? These are further away from the butt of the knife than this one is. And this is a bigger knife. So that's what I'm talking about when I say that, in case I'm not making myself clear. Or like, here's another one I didn't show you. The Kershaw Heist. If I line the butt of those knives up, so much further back that is. So if this was up just a hair further, this was up maybe 1/4 of an inch more, I couldn't use this knife. It wouldn't work for a medium-sized hand. But as it is, I can, but just barely. I think my hand size is as small as you're going to be able to go and comfortably use their axis lock on this knife. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. It will be linked in the description below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.